Good morning, YouTube. This is the Moreman82. This is just a quick video of my plans for my shop. This is a video that's long overdue. I haven't been able to put up any other videos recently because it got very cold with the wind here in PEI. It was about -21, so I wasn't able to go outside and work on anything. And so therefore there's no content. It's Sunday today. I usually go out to my local welding shop scrap bin to check it out. I did check it out this week when it was milder, and there was a few things that I wanted in there, but it snowed on Wednesday. We had a storm. Everything was shut down, schools, and even my work office was was shut down. And then it got really cold, so I wasn't going to jump in there at -21 and actually start rooting around for for metal. It can wait. Anyway, this is my shop. The main plans are it's going to be, as I said in my first video, it's going to be 24 feet long by 16 wide. There's going to be a garage and probably 7 or 8 foot wide garage door in the front here. There's going to be a man door here, and there's going to be, oops, straighten that out. And there's also going to be a window here. I'm debating if I should put at least another window on the other side here, because this side is going to be facing the south, so I get some nice sunlight in there. Where to start? This is just a rough draft. I don't know if I'm gonna actually put things like that, like exactly the way they are, but here I decided to, as you come in, it'll be like sort of like a set of shelves for my new small engine parts, just new parts. The door will be here. Here's gonna be my, I mean, this is not the scale, right? So don't worry about that. It's going to be the oil stove right there, and then there's going to be the oil tank that feeds the stove there. There's going to be a window here, and for the back there's going to be a bench. There's going to be one which is going to be a wood bench made out of 2x4s covered in probably a sheet of metal. I'm also going to have a total metal workbench the same height. So, well, I'll be doing my welding. I'll be doing my welding on this bench and any grinding or whatever. And there's gonna be like at the back of this bench is gonna be some wall protection, so when I grind or weld, no sparks hit the wall. I have an old blacksmith device that I found in a scrapyard, which I'm gonna fix up, repaint, and it's gonna go on the metal workbench. And then I have another vise that's gonna go here. On the other side here, I have a bolt cart. Just the ones that you get at Princess Auto here in Canada, where there's a bunch of bins in it and you can separate your bolts. I have to order a second one. Just put those two side by side. I've been looking for vintage filing cabinets, the ones that are very tall and have 2 rows of small drawers. I'd like to get one of those. They're very deep. They're very tough. I've yet to find one. They're very, very hard to find, and anything similar, I use Kijiji a lot. I have a lot of ads running, and people respond to them. And there was one guy that had something similar, but he wanted $395 for it, and it was from the 70s. It looked just terrible, and it was way too expensive. He didn't want to take a dollar less for it, and I'm like, whatever, never mind. It's not worth $395. And then besides that will be another small workbench, which I'm going to partly build. It's left over from, I got a free workbench one time off Kijiji. It's the rest of a shuffleboard. So it's laminated hardwood, about 1-inch strips, and it's about 4 or 5 inches thick. It weighs probably a couple £100, just the top of it. So I'm going to make a workbench here just to put my bench grinder. I'm going to have a bench sander and other things that can be mounted onto a heavy bench, just so they're not all on the side of my workbench here, taking up a lot of space. In here, I won't have for my office. I got an old style filing cabinet with a built-in drawer or table that slides out, and it has it's the kind that you flip up, and then the drawer pulls right out. I'm going to turn that into an office. In the center, This is my current workbench in the barn, which I'm going to put on casters, and I'm going to add another vise to that, and this will be able to move back and forth. I mean, it's big. I drew it too big for the space here, but it'll be able to be moved back and forth and wherever I actually need it. And in the middle here, this is the I-beam that's going to be mounted to the ceiling. I still don't have. I have one set of posts, 16 foot long posts with two 8 feet ones to support it. I need another one for here. So I haven't found the second set yet, but this will be able to be moved around. This is just a 2x4 bench that I made out of covered with plywood and 1/8 of an inch thick steel with bends with folds for the edges. I want this here just because, you know, if you're working on a project around here, you can actually move it to where you want it, or if you don't need it, you move it out of the way. This steel I-beam is going to have a dolly and an electric cable hoist. Nothing too big. It's probably going to be the model, again, from Princess Auto. And the model that lifts about 1,000 pounds. That's all I really need. The trick is I want to make this garage big enough so you can actually, if I want to take this out and actually put a car in there to do any kind of mechanical work. Because let's face it, I have several projects, and it's too cold to actually do anything outside. And I have so many ideas, and I like to tinker with stuff, invent things, and I'm just frustrated because I can't do anything. All my ideas are piling up and everything, and you know, I want to get a racing mower going. I don't know if you guys refer to my channel for the snow racing for off-road lawnmowers. Well, I want to get one of those going, and you know, it's hard in the hands and working outside with cold tools and everything, so I want to get this done. The calculations here were for, I was going to make the walls out of pallets. If you remember, I mentioned that in my first video about this project. But I was having a hard time finding enough standard pallets, which are 40 by 48. Enough. I needed about 70 to complete the whole project, just the walls. And I couldn't find all those pallets in one place. So yesterday I answered an ad on Kijiji, and I'll put this in another video. The guy has something that I didn't thought really existed. I don't think they made pallets that big, but anyway, he's gonna fix me up with some stuff to make the walls. I'll put up that video this week because Monday he's gonna deliver them here, and they're very cheap. So I'm very excited because it's a lot less work than putting all those pallets together, but they still are pallets. So anyway, that's about it. This plan is subject to change, obviously, as I build it and as I move everything in. I'll find the proper place for it, but I think this is the main idea that I want to go for. Around the edge, all around the edge, I think on top and in the trusses, I will have pieces that extend about, I think, 2 feet. So I'll have a shelf up in the rafters. It goes all around, except the front, but around 3 sides, just to put things like that I don't really use all the time, extra parts or something like that. Just have more room to. I've always been intrigued with small spaces and making it efficient, doing a lot of things in small spaces, and this is kind of what I want to do with this shop. Is if I have a shelf around the outside, around the top, I can store some stuff there and you know, be able to fit more in my shop. So anyway, this is just the initial plan. I mean, it's still January. I can't really start on anything. I'm just trying to accumulate some materials and get everything lined up, so as soon as spring rolls around, maybe, depending on how much snow we have here, probably around April, I'll start getting the ATV out with the plow and push away the snow and start laying my cinder blocks and leveling everything up, and perhaps actually order my lumber for my floor and start laying that out, depending on how cold it gets and how much snow we have. So I can't wait. It'll be great. So if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below. And until next time, have a good day.